Headshot. What is going on, fellas? It's a pleasure to be bringing you this today. I got Palermo on, and we got something brand new in, and I can't wait to jump into it. Estamos ready? Let's go! We got a double header coming for you today. We're rocking with the Vapor Clipper and the Hi Viz trimmer from Wahl. And I'm really excited because I haven't got a new Wahl product in a long time. Guys, when I was jumping into this, they had this industry on lock. Tools like the cordless Magic Clip, the cordless Senior, cordless Detailer, the 5-star shaver, they were one of the first ones that started really pumping up professional level wireless tools that could compete with the corded stuff. For a long time, the old heads would not jump on board because they just couldn't compete as far as power and performance goes. But Wahl really changed the game when it came to cordless tools. And they had a run where everybody was using their tools. And it seems like they've definitely been jumped as far as innovation and exciting new tools to use. Like if you look at most newer barber stations, you don't really see Wahl tools like that. And I'm hoping this combo changes that. First, we're coming with this trimmer and my impressions on it. First off, I think that I'm really gonna like having the slim neck in here, allowing me to get in the little spots and take care of that quickly. I think this slim neck is probably gonna help with that. Throughout my experience, I've really enjoyed using slimmer trimmers. It came with a zero gapping tool that I did use. I set these pretty close. I didn't have this blade modified or anything like my previous trimmers that I really loved. I actually just dropped those and they are not the same. So I'm really hoping that I like these and these will replace that. Just turning it on, it feels really powerful. It feels similar to the detailers. I think this will do good at going through bulk and any hair that's giving you trouble and being stubborn. I know these have a 2-hour runtime, which isn't very much, but for a trimmer, you're not using it as much, so that will last you a good bit. Also comes with the USB-C port for charging. But for anybody who's rocking with the power mat, if you have a Wahl Senior power clip by 245, that will also fit. So you can lay that on the mat, it will work. I'm not sure if their power pod detailer might work or the Senior. I don't know, I don't have that, but for the power clip, the Senior one will work for this. Another thing I really like are these little panels right here. There's a good amount of texture on there. It's not rubber, still metal, but I can tell that I will be able to hold on to this. You got a little bit on the back too. I think you'll be able to grip this well while holding it. I've heard that these do take getting used to ergonomic wise, but I think when I get used to it, I'm gonna like it. Just because of the different gripping points that this has, I think that I will like this. And checking out the clipper, guys, the first thing that jumps out is just how light it is. I really think this is lighter than any clipper that I have. I would compare it to the JRL as far as weight goes, lighter than the Magic Clip, lighter than the Instincts, so I do like that about this for sure. There's also a panel down here. It does feel rubber, but it's that same texture that's on that trimmer. So I think I'm gonna like that for sure. The look of it's sick, man. I think I'm gonna make this little stripe right here purple to match some of my other tools. Something I'm excited about this one is that it has 32 teeth on the blade, which is 50% more than most clippers have. So I'm hoping that will help with the time of cutting and just the ease of fading. And hoping that I'll be able to blow through those sections and blow through those haircuts. Guys, this thing sounds, looks, and feels like a little sports car. It's supposed to have adaptive speed controls. When it's going through any sort of resistance, it's supposed to speed up and keep the same amount of power that it has if it's going through nothing. So similar to the Instincts or JRLs, this also has that. 2.5-hour runtime, not the best. Honestly, not very good. Same thing with these. The Senior power clip does fit into this. So if you're a user of the power mat, this will also work for this. Again, I'm not sure about the power pod if the Senior one will work for this, but the Senior clip will work. This one is not USB-C compatible, so that's a downside to me. Thankfully, I do have that because I really don't want to put one of those old Wahl cords into my drawer, but that's something to keep in mind if you're not using some of this stuff. It doesn't come with a dock and it does not have USB-C. So you're probably gonna have to run one of those huge Wahl cords that comes with all those tools. Same cord, but I'm a little bit disappointed that it doesn't come with that. And I'm assuming, just like their other tools, this thing is gonna fade nice, man. The Magic Clip faded amazing, the Seniors faded amazing. Very universal, can do anything. This is like the new version of those, so I'm hoping it'll keep those qualities that we really loved about those tools. But just like always, I'm gonna use these throughout the week and try to record some clips of me using it. Not sure what they're gonna be, not sure who they're gonna be on, but let's hope they turn out nice. Estamos ready. Let's go. fellas? We're back now after a long week. I've used this clipper and this trimmer for every cut, on every client, for everything. First off, we're gonna jump into this trimmer, and I had a feeling I was gonna like this thing, and I really did. First off, like I mentioned, this small neck really made things easy for me, and just the ergonomics in general. Like, sometimes this middle point right here would come in clutch when I needed something to grab on. Same things with these indentions in here. Sometimes you need a little bit more room to rest your finger. So a bunch of different moments like that I noticed where the way this is shaped, it really made it easy to grip. And the texture that I mentioned earlier, same thing, guys. It felt as good as rubber to me. Like, there's no reason to put a gripper or anything on this. This has all the texture you could want in all the right places. And I didn't use them before setting it. I set it with the tool that it came with. So I can't speak on how they are out of the box, but once you do set them, they hit very nicely. The crunch on these is super satisfying. Usually you don't have to pass through a bunch of times. It goes through bulk very easily, and that's one thing I like about these that some of my other trimmers really struggle with, is just going through thick hair the first time through. So if you're doing thick tapers and you're going around the back of the neck, there's no reason to go 50 times with this to try to get that same hair that just keeps falling down. You can go through it really just once with this. The blade, I think, is good. It definitely doesn't hit as good as my trimmer that I was using before, where the blade was modified, it was sharpened, it was gapped to the very T. It's not the same as that. It is good for a standard blade that comes with the tool. I had to be more careful when lining up the vertical bars. I started to notice people getting red a little bit sooner than my other tools, and so that's something that you kind of have to be aware of. I feel like I have a light touch, but you want to get in and out while using these. You don't want to just go over and over again trying to get the perfect line. And something that kind of annoyed me a little bit was the placement of this switch. It really didn't go away. Like, even today, all the way through the week, it wasn't second nature turning these on and off. I don't know what it is, if it's just because it's on this side or if it's not a switch in the front. Like, most trimmers I use, the switch is on the front. So it took a little bit more effort than usual turning these on and off, which is definitely not a big deal, but it's just something that I noticed. And now jumping into this clipper, fellas. First off, I mean, the price point is a lot better than some of the top of the line tools that are out right now. So that really is number one. I had a feeling, just because of the history of Wahl, that these were gonna fade very smoothly and very nicely, and that's 100% true. Great blends all week with this. Like, it feels like every haircut I did, I was satisfied with. And like I said earlier, this has 50% more teeth than the average clipper, the standard blade that most of these clippers come with. So it allowed you to get very detailed with it. So I like that. You could cut a lot of hair at once, but I could see where maybe a beginner, it's not super forgiving. So that's one thing that, if you're not very comfortable with what you're doing and when you're doing it and being intentional, I could see where you could make some mistakes using something like this. But for somebody who knows what they've done, what they're doing, and what they need to do, I could see where a blade with more teeth like this could come in handy. And I really enjoyed using a floating lever. It's been a long time since my main tool was a floating lever. It seems like every tool that comes out now has the 5 different notches, instead of, thinking too hard about it, of where you need to be in the lever position and just putting it where you feel it. You just kind of feel it out as you go through your sections. So I really enjoy using the floating lever. Some of the things that I question on this is that they get hot very fast and they stay hot. They don't really cool down. I feel like I cut it at a pretty decent speed, but every haircut, these were hot at some point when I'm going through the section with the blade. Definitely want to use your cool care and try to get through that as fast as you can to make it comfortable. The battery life too, 2 hours just isn't very much in today's world. Dealing with clippers that have 5-hour runtime, that's something to keep in mind. If you don't have a huge arsenal of tools, 2-hour runtime probably isn't great for you. And these felt super powerful, guys. Like, I had a few clients where their hair was super grown out and I just ran this through with whatever guard, freehand, whatever, it cut through anything. One thing I didn't really like was clipper over comb though. Like, if you go back and watch the clips of me cutting, the clipper over comb, it wasn't one pass through and it was over. It was kind of like I had to go back and forth to get through. Maybe it's the way that I hold it. I know a lot of people hold it like this, going clipper over comb, so maybe that would be the way to attack it. But for me, most of my tools, I'm going right through it. But I gotta say, guys, without a doubt, this 100% puts Wahl right back in the conversation with the best new tools with these other brands. I'm glad they're making new innovative tools. It's good to see. As many brands as we can get is a good thing. So I'm happy to have these in my collection, but I'm gonna use the same metrics I always do. Honestly, with the trimmer, guys, these would be in the MVP category if I had the blade modified. I already know I would absolutely love these, and I'm gonna have to do that soon. But for the way they come, I'm gonna put them in the All-Star, and I'm also gonna put the clipper right there in the All-Star with it. Let me know what y'all think if you use these, or if you have other tools that you like better than these that you think I would like better. feel free to let me know and we can talk about it. But anyway, guys, I go by the name of Vino. We do barbering, fashion, lifestyle, a lot of different things. Thanks for checking me out. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope that I see you next time. Ciao ragazzi e ci vediamo la prossima volta. Ciao!